Hello, folks. Thursday night, 7:30. Studio time, innit? I've actually been in all day, to be perfectly honest. This tonight's show, we're going to be going till about 9:30, yeah, because Kez is picking me up. We've got quite a lot on. Sorry there wasn't a show last night. I know I said that I'd try and do one, but my mum's been a bit ill, to be perfectly honest. So I was doing the dutiful son thing. You know, family comes before, as always. So I see an absolute bucket load of people. Cypher, Dave, Patrick, Critical, Taser, Plastic, Miko. Loads of you tonight. Loads of you. Is Jace, the terrain ogre, going to be in the studio, or Fred? No, Jace isn't feeling too well. He's got this flu bug that's going around. The same one my mum's got. And Fred's had to go down to London because his mother-in-law isn't that well. Yeah, I see Dave, William on Painted Lead, Kieran. Who else we got? Who else is with us tonight? Now, I've got... Hit the like button, everyone. You tell him, Miko. Lord Barclay, the third to me. Hey, evening, matey. Now, I know I've been a bit quiet on the channel these past couple of weeks. Yeah, great news. Got the new computer and all that sort of stuff. Had to install some new video editing software on it called Premiere. Yeah, Adobe Premiere, which has meant I've had to sort of relearn a program and shift all my assets across and install things. I'm just about up and running. Yeah, so I'm actually back in the studio starting to film some stuff now. First time viewer here, welcome William. What kind of board are you planning to make? Urban, field? This is testing. Howdy, we'll come back later. 3 seconds of playing, 40 seconds of buffering. Oh, dude, Rudy. Nice one, Dave. All right, another Dave. Got a couple of Daves in tonight. Olevsky. So, yeah, lots going on. Yeah, all good stuff. All good stuff. Just got to white balance this camera. Because I'm sort of filming as we go. Hey, Pikachu. Love that. There we go. Sorted, Mundo. Yeah, good choice for the Premiere video editing software. Yeah, I decided it was about time I actually bought into it. You know what I mean? I've been using various packages up until now, but Premiere's got some really powerful stuff. I actually managed to clean my audio up quite considerably with the sort of test footage I've been using. Yeah, that's some old footage I've got, and I'm learning new things and that sort of stuff. Look how professional. Yeah, that's because I've been on a photography course and I understand these things now. Yeah, and I've got to admit, the colour on the videos is looking better as well. Much easier to learn than After Effects. Well, I mean, what do you call it? We'll take one step at a time. I haven't even looked at After Effects yet, to be perfectly honest. Godsmote, thanks for all the videos, very helpful. It's what I'm here for, matey. Yeah. Question, I've seen that little clumps of static grass. I've seen someone do moss in similar way on a backing sheet. Any idea how to make the moss? I'd have to see a photo. God. I can't call you God, dude. GS. You're GS now. I'd have to see a photo, GS. Post one on the terrainiacs group. Links in the description. Now, just to mention, yeah, obviously we are fundraising as usual. Yeah, we've got no specific target because we hit a massive target this month, which, well, end of last month, which was essentially getting me the computer. Yeah, so I'm not aiming for any specific targets. But if you would like to support the stream and would like to support the show, there's links down below in the description, yeah, where you can either jump on Patreon for $1 a month and support the channel in general, or, yeah, you can jump onto the PayPal link and send a quick PayPal donation, anything you want, okay? And what do you call it? That goes into kit list. Now, right now, I am saving up for a 24-inch monitor because it turns out I have an 18-inch monitor at home and it's not big enough to actually display the Premiere window on. Yeah, so when it comes to exporting, I've got like 1 pixel worth of the button that I can click to export my videos. You switch off, yeah. Yeah, so that's what I'm sort of collecting up for. I think it's about 120 I'm looking at, but that's what the money's going to if you donate. Obviously, if you donate during a live stream, we all get really happy and that sort of stuff. And you get the name on your screen just down below there. So there you have it. So that's the fundraising bit done. I'll do it again in a little while, but let's crack on in the meantime. Same as a sheet of static grass. Smoke, please. Well, if you do, in which case, check out the foliage playlist. There's what you call it. There's tutorials on how they do those grass tufts on those sheets in the foliage playlist. The key trick to it is using carpet tackifier, which is a stay tacky latex adhesive, and that's how you get the self-adhesive tufts. But there's a video in the foliage playlist, mate. I'm painting Zombicide. Do you think it's worth a paint gun for priming, or does Rattlecan do a good of a job? Rattlecan does a good as a job for priming, to be perfectly honest. I mean, don't get me wrong, you know, airbrushes are great. They're good tools, but if all you're going to be using them for is priming, skip them. Yeah. Really got into your channel. It's got absolute price. Thank you so much for making all of this. That's what I'm here for. I want to upgrade my compressor. Any recommendations? I'm running off an AS196, which is a dual pump cylinder based reservoir based one, and it works really well for me. Yeah, airbrushes do take a lot of time to master. No worry, Brown. No worry at all. Any other questions while I'm doing? Oh, knows. Now, as I said, I only go until 9:30 tonight because my beautiful wife is is lots going on, and she's picking me up at 9:30. It's hey, Westy. Hey, Dave. PLA. Army Paint's the best Rattlecan primer if you just prime. I do like Army Painter. Hey, Mark. My tutor was going to have a go at me on my course today, and she thought I wasn't working on my presentation. Then when I showed her how much info I got, 4 A4 pages from them, she was fine with it. What were you watching, bud? What were you watching, Gary? Right, do I film that? Do I do this now? Or do I do the other thing? Because I could really do with doing a bit of work on Kerry's diorama. Do I film this bit now, or do I do Kerry's diorama? What do you reckon? To be truthful, I better do Kerry's diorama. Otherwise, I'm going to get in trouble. Right, let me push that up there. Also, saves me having to film, to be truthful. So let me move this out of the way. Oh, we're messing around. I've got that in progress. A little bunker. Or it will be once it's done. But I've been quite busy. Quite busy. Happy wife, happy life. Real, you're so right. We'll do Kerry's work. Now, for those of you who are in the terrainiacs, you will know that Kerry has big. What was that? Oh, it's a lid. Big biology day coming up at Stash Uni. Yeah, my wife Kerry, she's on a master's course Yeah, Masters in Biology with an ecology focus. And she's, at the minute, she's, what you call it, she's part of a badger immunisation programme that they're running in the area. And she's running the badger stand at the big biology day. And so she wanted a diorama. Yeah. Later, Wesley. Yeah. And so, what you call it? So I had to get stuck in, didn't I? My work is selling a 21-inch for a fiver. Any use? Oh, it's that decision, isn't it? Go for a 21-inch or go for the 24. Obviously, a 21-inch would be useful. Yes, Rudy, it would be useful. Your vids on phone building and back to basics playlist and your interview with David Marshall from the TM Training D-Day board. That's some good watching. I was watching from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. Nice. Hey up, murder. Right, let's get Kerry's diorama then. There you go. Not bad for half an hour's work, is it? Easy peasy lemon squeezy. You've got the money. Okay. That's a bit of a loaded one. Have I got the money for what? The 21-inch or the 24-inch? I never know with you lot. Please don't be the... Oh, you lot have been busy, haven't you? All right, let Mel get his keyboard. Thank you, guys. Right, we'll do this and then we'll crack on for a little while and then we'll do another one. We'll do the next one in about an hour or so, I reckon. Right, let's see. We've got PayPal's coming out my ears here. Right. I've got to find buttons to press. So, Stream Heroes. That's you lot, that is. Yeah. Right. Ludo. Ludo sent us a fiver. Thank you, Ludo. Yeah. Marisol. Now, Ludo is unpainted lead, isn't it? I think. Marisol. Marisol sent us 4. Thank you. Is Marisol male or female? Just let me know in the comments. But thank you, mate. I don't know the name. I don't know the gender of the name. And who's that? Take cover? Yes, you want my fingerprint. There you go. Take Cover Creations. Grab yourself a beer on me. Thanks for being the entertainment whilst working on the build. Pikachu poop. Ah, Pikachu. I think that's right. Very quickly, check the other ones. Ah, don't do that. Give me a sec. Tell you what, this phone jumps all over the place. For Marisol, Aussie's Biscuit Fund, bugger off. That's mine. Unpainted lead here with your monthly allowance. Save it up for that monitor. Thank you, Ludo. So thank you, guys. Right. Knock that one off. 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 Dave Taylor there. Get rid of that. Back there. Go there. Quick check the emails. There. All caught up. Thank you, guys. Mirasol is female. Thank you. I wasn't sure. I've got to be careful I don't actually. Right. Yeah. All done. Currently modern 8-foot cactus for a Western themed party. Not quite compatible with 28mm. Careful with the cactus, mate. You'll have Westy back in here. If you don't pay, he won't say. He won't say what? Tabri, any chance? Just getting a chance to join. What's tonight's main topic? I'm doing a bit of work on Kerry's diorama. Hang on, let me bring it up. So this is her badger set. She's actually been sculpting badgers out of clay. So I've just got to add some rocks to it. What else did she need doing to it? I think it was just some rocks. I've got to varnish it tomorrow. So we'll put a couple of rocks on it, a bit round here and a bit round here, yeah? Let's get some rocks. Be careful, Mr. 26. Those have microphones in them, eh? Hello from Chris. Unfortunately, I cannot get army paint stuff in our country, so we use Chinese spray paints for prizer. Surprisingly, some of them are quite good. Well, then again, I mean, you've got to remember, a lot of spray paints are probably made in China. Or I would imagine they would be. Yeah, that'd be a good contrast. Hot glue or PVA, what do you reckon? Okay, posted pictures of closer. I'm trying it on the terrainiacs Facebook, but can't find the image. That was another hobby, so not being able to find on the web. Let's have a nose. Terrainiacs. No, not create post. Let's have a look at what he's on about. It's kind of what my relation master looks like in the first episode. Green. Well, your little clumps in the tufts, yeah, the ones with the bits of chip on the bottom, that looks like wood chippings or perhaps dried herbs, to be perfectly honest. So they've just been glued on with the and then it's been flocked. With regards to the actual yellow lichen, I'd probably paint that on rather than actually do it as a tuft, because the surface lichen is very thin. You know what I mean? It's only a couple of mils in real life, so when you scale it down, it wouldn't even stand proud. Mel, when's Kez's homework due, mate? She's got to have it on the stand for Big Biology Day on Saturday. Sorry to hear that, Will. Glad you're back online, dude. I have another question that goes along with Zombicide. What's the cheapest way of storing 200, 300 plus minis? Does making a miniature slot carrier out of cardboard dry the minis, the paint over time? We're not going to dry out the minis over time anyway, because they're going to be dry before you put them in the carrier, mate. Yeah, so I wouldn't be concerned about miniatures drying out over time in a cardboard carrier. So do 3 layers of Mod Podge make a game board child safe? Depends on the child. To be perfectly honest, really does depend on the child. Don't forget the badger drop-ins. That's not my responsibility. I've got a set cage. So, probably PVA. Let's put a bit of PVA on. We'll stick some rocks on. So let's put a couple down here. In fact, let me change the angle for you. Three to 25 mushroom, 25 centimeters mushrooms on it. No amount of Mod Podge is going to keep that child safe, mate. That works, doesn't it? Yeah. That light's weird up there. It's casting hell of a shine on the screen. Badger droppings. What on earth did I walk into? A discussion about badgers, mate. What else? There's some smaller gribbly bits. Just wedge those in places. Just so we don't have a massive amount of PVA. I'm being a bit lax with this one, to be truthful, guys. Because I can. Because it ain't my terrain project. How awful is that? It's not one of my commissions. So, it'll go how it goes. Let's put another one there to sort of break that up. There you are. That'll do as a spotter. A couple here. I have a feeling this won't take that long, to be truthful. To make your bored child safe, build a small cage around the child first. Maybe a way to badger-proof your afternoon walks, though that would also involve badgers, I suppose. Well, Kez goes up to, what you call it? I can't actually say where she goes because it's supposed to be a secret. Yeah, for various reasons. But Kez goes hiking across the hills at 4 o'clock in the morning to bait sets and stuff like that. Bait traps and stuff like that. Well, that's a lovely big one, she said. I can go on there. Put one there. Go there. Coming together. A couple more up here, I think. Just break this up a bit. A couple around there, I think. Break that patch up. So no, I've been very busy with the editing and all that sort of stuff lately. Obviously not getting many videos out, which I'm a little disappointed with, but I'm sort of like, I'm being quite forgiving of myself, to be truthful, because it's like, well, I know the reason why I'm not getting videos out is because I'm learning new video software. And once I've learnt it, I'll be actually a lot more productive. Damn, my video rendering machine is seriously fast. Yeah, compared to anything I've experienced before. I tried re-rendering one of my old movies, to see how quickly it'd render. And it renders about 60 times faster, than my older machine. So whereas my old machine would take an hour to do 5 minutes, this flies through it. Absolutely flies through it. That's okay. He was talking about your forehead. Who was? I thought the badger attaches to the compressor before it produces droppings. I've missed this. Nothing beats Mel's live streams and a good cuppa. I agree with that. Is Jarviside countryside water effects any good? Do you know what? I've never used it. To be truthful, until you just said, I didn't even realise they did a water effects. So, I can't recommend it, mate, to be perfectly honest. Because as I say, I don't know. I didn't even realise they did one. Put some there. A little rock across in there, I think. Just a couple of rocks. Just a couple. Any more questions for me, guys? Or shall I just ramble aimlessly as usual? Yeah. Put spot one there. That one will do. I don't know if it needs anything else, really. I'd say it's looking rather good. What do you reckon? Yeah. That's it, that's better. What do you reckon? Looking alright? I think that's looking alright, don't you? Okay, are you going to make any video tutorials about making badges? No, Kerry did those. Any tips for wire trees? Doing Daz on one now. Dude, tons of tips. Loads of videos. What do you want to know? If I want to make something fluorescent green, can I prime it black or should it be more like white grey? I'd go white grey. I wouldn't go over dark because you want the vibrancy from the fluorescence, don't you? And you're not going to get that if you go over a black. Do you play any games like Bolt Action Man? I may. When I get a chance. Let me just check with Kez what else she wanted doing on this. Don't text her. I've got to be careful. I don't want you seeing my phone. Never know what Kerry might send me. There we go. The end branches. Right, what about the end branches, mate? What are you trying to do? Anyone ordered green stuff rollers before and live in the US? I'm looking to buy a bunch and wanted to know if the real expected delivery time. No idea on the delivery time, but the rollers from Green Stuff World are good. Found it was a gentleman by the name of Paper Cuts. Post a screen cap on of the liking in the Facebook group. Let's have a look. Okay, what is that? That just looks like static grass to me, mate. Looking on that. That just looks like static grass. I mean, more than likely what he's done is he's gone over it with applied static grass, and then he's brushed it with a bit of PVA and applied some more to clump it up a bit. But that's all I think that is. Unless that's that other image. Ah, right, no, sorry. Ah, yeah, I see what you mean. You're talking about that stuff, aren't you? The green stuff, the really light green stuff. It's exactly the same turfs. It's just what you call it. Where's my flock box? All it is where is it? I know it's in here. Oh, come on, I know I've got some. I know I have. Flocking. Let's have a look what we got in here. There, that's the stuff. Right. What you want is this stuff for it, okay? This is green 1mm nylon flock. You can buy it from warpainter.net, place that I get my flock box from. Okay, and this is what he's used for his lichen effect. It's a really short, I mean incredibly short, it's only 1mm, yeah, nylon fibre. Yeah, if you're after it in bigger supplies, go to flocking.biz, where they sell this stuff in bags. Yeah, bags this size. Okay, so this is a big bag of white, yeah, from flocking.biz, foreground. Yeah, 500 grams, and that's white 1mm. That's what they use for their snow. But yeah, that's what that is, mate. It's this green stuff. Okay. Warpainter.net sells it. You can buy it from them, or if you have to bigger supplies like the bigger bag, go to flocking.biz. Happy to help. Right, back to it. It sells some wicked yellow for flower as well. Here you are. This is what it comes like from flocking. So this is a yellow from flocking.biz. And if I bring it up, yeah, you can see the URL at the bottom, flocking.biz. Just so you understand, what's flocking.biz? Flocking, as we know, it's static grass, actually comes from the car industry. It's what they use for coating, the sides of panels, interiors of car to give it that velvet feel. And so they have industrial flockers, things that cost like thousands of pounds. And obviously they have all the different colours. Now, when you get your green mix, which is, let's say this mix, yeah, your standard grass mix, sorry, that's quite typically a mixture of the greens, the yellows, there's a little bit of red in there, different ratios to get that. But it is actually this sort of stuff. God, Kerry's on one today. Right. The DAS won't stick to them. No, you won't get DAS sticking to single strands, mate. You got bob oak. Yeah. What you can do is you can put some water on it first, and that'll help the DAS bond to it. But single strands of wire are quite challenging to get DAS. But you shouldn't need DAS to stick to it, to be perfectly honest. A big bag of white. Is that not what they call it? Is that what they call it? Is it? I don't want to get myself in trouble, do I? That's 5 messages. Let's Do you have any twigs? No, you're not having any twigs. So I'm just hearing that my grandson's not that well. He's got this bloody flu thing going as well. So that's Jace, that's me mum, and now my grandson. Well, in which case, she doesn't want anything else done to it. That's done. And now the terrain conventions will be full of drug dogs. It's also what they call the snow effect. Is it? I have no idea. Right, that's Kerry's diorama done. If I bring it up, show you. There we go. Trying to. That's not bad. What? An hour's work from start to finish. Just trying to figure out how to. Yeah, there we go. Not bad at all. So it's going after the weak and Jace. That's cruel. No, what's it? It's going after anyone it can go after, to be perfectly honest. Right, I must not forget this. Finger quotes. Colombian ground effects. Finger quotes. Colombian ground effects. Do you know what I should do? Yeah, let me change the. Do you know what I should do? You know when we have the open days here? Yeah? Where is it? It's not in there. Flocking. Where are you, flocker? There you are. Yeah? Perhaps what I should do is wrap it up like that so you can't see the label. Yeah? And then leave it out on a side somewhere. Yeah? And just see people's reactions and see who can't take their eyes off it. Could be telling. So yeah, that's done. I'm quite happy with that. Yeah, I'm really happy with that. Let me send a pic to Kez. Yep. That keeps the wife happy. Hey, Tamsin. Go on then. Real, explain that one to me. Did it fall on you? Choke on a bottle? Green lumps to foreign friends. I once included a small bottle of liquor and some very coloured bits in the same. Alright then, dude. Given how people reacted to your cunt foliage. Indeed. Yeah. Yeah, Kez is happy with that. The wife is happy. Yep, that's the stuff. Thanks for trying to figure that out for weeks. Yeah, Smo. It's the green 1mm flock from warpainter.net. Or if you want to buy it from flocking.biz, I think Warpainter gets it from flocking.biz, to be perfectly honest, I think. But that's how you do, though, what you're after. They say you are not really friends unless you've gotten them sent to high security prison once. Surreal. Long story. Sounds like it, man. Sounds like it. I'm glad you're still with us, dude. I just watched your bunker video. Which one? I've done a few. And I don't mean to be taking the mick there. I just know I have actually done a few. Right, I suppose we better crack on with something, haven't we? Since we've got Kerry's work done. Is that dry enough to... No, it needs to dry a bit longer. That needs to be worked on tomorrow. Yeah. The foam board bunker. Oh yeah, that's a good one. I like that one. Evening all, late to the party, been on a Photoshop all day in a castle. What's Mel making? Mel's just finished making a badger set. Wind the video back about 3-4 minutes to see it up close. It's quite nice. It's for Kerry's, what you call it? It's for Kerry's big biology day. It seems strange at the minute. There's only me here. I don't have Jace. Fred's not here. No one's knocking on my door. It seems strange to be in the studio. I've had Kez in the studio with me all day. You know, working on that and other things. And saying you saw Mel's bunker videos, like you're telling a Kardashian you saw a selfie, you're going to have to be more specific. You are. And there's another bunker video coming. Right, okay. I should comment on this, to be perfectly honest. Right. I've done a few bunker videos, yeah, but with good reason. I did one, yeah, on foam, using high density foam and expanded foam to make bunkers. I did one, yeah, on using foam board to get the concrete poured by layering it. I did another video on sandbags, and that had a sanger, which is essentially a bunker in it. And then finally, yeah, your last bunker video, the last one I want to cover, which is over there right now, will be a log bunker video. So I will have 4 videos on bunkers, yeah, which pretty much covers all the different ways I can figure of making bunkers. So there's a reason being why Mel's got bunker videos, but you do have to be specific when you're talking about them. I'm making a World War I diagram, and it's my first one, so I'm in it all for the tips. Nice one, Big Red. Billy Red. Is there ever a bad reason to make a bunker? Smoke. Awesome, Mel. Thank you so much. Help me out immensely. You just got to go and kit bash an electric fly squat and T-strainer. Good luck with that, bud. Quickly fix that. What's going on there? Come on. Not Stream Heroes, YouTube live chat. There we go. Don't know what happened then. A medley of bunkers. A medley. Ramble on, Mel. I always do ramble on, don't I? Building a bunker as a defense against bunker busters seems like a waste of time. But is that a bad reason? Nope, still worth it. Bunker busters. Brown bag SB. How are people storing their miniatures on the cheap? Bubble wrap, man. Bubble wrap them. Yeah, get some hot glue. Get a box. Put a load of channels into it. Hot glue a sheet of bubble wrap up and down the channels. Drop your miniatures in the troughs. I'm converted an old Mark 1 female into a captured beluga panzer. Okay. Mark 1 female? If the bunker is not defense against bunker busters, so you are not making enough bunker. This is going to keep going round now, isn't it? This is going to become one of those. The early World War tanks with the machine guns. Mark 1 female. Okay. I remember hearing something about this, about tanks being male or female for some reason, but I can't remember why. The ones with the artillery guns are the males. Right, okay. I remember hearing that they considered a male and female. Any chance you know how to make nylon flock? Do you know what? I saw a video, someone forwarded me a video on making nylon flock once from this guy in, I think, where was he? He was over in Indonesia or somewhere, and he was making the flock, the nylon thread. And I remember watching the video and he's using various chemicals, and I just decided, you know what? Yeah, all those chemicals are far too dangerous for me to be messing about with. I mean, there was some nasty stuff there. And I just decided straight away that, you know what, flock isn't something I'm going to try and make. Yeah? I'm just not going to. I'm just going to buy it because it's far simpler. Battletech to D&D. It is all about the size of the long thing pointing out of it. Right, yeah, between the male and the female tanks. Yeah, I suppose it is. Hi, Pat. I suppose it is. Right, today, what are we on? I've got flock all over my phone now. Right. What to do? Do we film the intro of the next one, get stuck into that? I suppose we could, couldn't we? Alright, I'm going to have to do a little bit of filming so you guys are along for the ride. You know the drill, don't you? I make sawdust flock like nobody's business. Yeah, what you call it? Sawdust flock, fine, but I mean, the stuff that this guy was using to make this nylon flock, it was ridiculous. Oh, let me show you something. You'll like this. Where is it? Which one is it? Is it that one? Yeah, so let me switch cameras. There you go. Or more importantly, let me bring it round like that. There's our cobblestone road. Look at that. Completely flexible. How cool is that? And obviously, yeah, it is a road. It goes all the way along. Lovely detail. That worked out a treat, didn't it? They were interesting enough also hermaphrodite tank. Really? Well, they literally labelled as hermaphrodite tanks. Who has the time to make flock? That's crazy. A lot. To be truthful, making your own flock tends to come in with the builders, the guys who are the eBayers and that sort of stuff. The guys who are knocking out a phenomenal amount of terrain pieces because it makes sense. You know, if you're doing that many, making your own flock saves you money. I mean, on Kerry's piece there, if there's 2p's worth of flock on that, you know, at most. For me, it's not that costly for the amount of pieces I do because I don't do the volume stuff, so I don't need to make it myself. So I just buy it in. You could make those into modular strips. You could, and I intend to. And I'll do a video on it. But yes, cobblestones a go. Damn it, Mel, I've been building 2x2 boards out of PVC board and now I want to make battle mats. What can I say? It's just the way we roll, isn't it? So let me ask you a question. Do you want to hear what I'm saying as I'm filming, or do you want me to mute you? I'm just wondering whether you want it as a surprise when you watch the video, or whether you'd like to, if you're interested now. Okay, I'm still in the madness of 47 hours paint. So find the time is what it's all about. Oh, right, yeah. That makes sense. In which case, just buy it, man. I mean, the only time any tips on sci-fi bunkers, other than the styling, no. You know, bunkers are bunkers, you know. Narrow front, narrow door, some sort of fortification. You want to hear it now, do you? All right. I suppose I can take you along for the ride, can't I? Now this has already been white balanced, and I know that one has. Yes, I'm back to 2-camera filming. I know I gave it a go a little while ago, but my old PC wasn't powerful enough to do it properly. It just really struggled with it. Now I've got the new one that won't struggle. Do you know what it's like being able to actually view your footage in the preview window and it not be pixelated? I actually saw what my videos look like. They're quite nice. I'm not joking. Yeah, but what do you call it? Now I'm back to the 2-camera filming, which is quite nice. Yeah, that one goes there. Let me come around here. Switch this camera on. On screen there? Yeah, I'm on screen there. That's okay. Good. Now we get the Mel bloopers then. Yes. Also, did you ever think of backcoating the court mats? No, but what I did buy is, very quickly, I bought a new dust sheet. Now this one, okay, is polythene backed. So it's exactly the same dust sheet as before, but it's pressed onto a polythene sheet. Yeah, so it's completely, so I don't need to put backing on it, and I've not got the sticking issues. Yeah, so I've got that as a solution. Quiet on set. Sound on, we like that. Are you betting on the whatchamacallit? Rocky's War Room, hello mate. Yeah, Olowski's right. Unfair question now. What's your least favourite part of this hobby, YouTube hobby? Answering dumb questions is a fair response. My least favourite. I don't know. What don't I like doing? I don't. The comments can be a bit of a chore, but it's quite nice getting in the comments. It's nice seeing what people say. I love the terrain making. I don't know. You've got to remember, this is my dream job. This is why Mel's always smiling, you know? Even though I'm an internet beggar. Because technically that's what I am. I'm an internet beggar. Yeah? But even as an internet beggar, it is still my dream job. Is that to avoid sticking it to the table? Yes. Would you try a canvas frame? Well, I don't need to try a canvas frame. I've got some on a canvas here. This is canvas. I brought a roll so we could give it a test. One step ahead of you again. You know me. I'll tell you, we're going to figure this bloody stuff out. Undercoating is boring. No, and you can put a bit of dance in it as you do it. It's all in the hips. It's all in the hips. Okay, who told him about the betting? Let's crack on. Maybe binning stuff you've made for videos but don't have space to keep. No, because everything I bin, I throw at Jason. He takes it up his War Games club. It's really weird. I went up for a game and I sat there, and opposite on the other side of the table were essentially all my bunkers. Sandbag one, the 2 foam ones, the foam board one. Well, I've been here before. You should have a TTT cup for people to put change in. Oh, you mean for the internet begging? How is it begging? Does that make the BBC beggars? No, you are providing a service for money. I appreciate that, yeah, but I still have to ask for you to support me. If I didn't ask, I wouldn't get the money. in general. That's how it works. Yeah, so I suppose that's the begging element. I've had a few interesting emails lately about my internet begging. Actually, one of them I agreed with. I did get a bit carried away with the money side when we were raising for the raising for the PC. But I think we all got a bit carried away with that. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to beat myself up too bad on that one. Yeah, you can use nylon wigs and chop them up to make nylon. That works. Hey, Mal, figured out the storage situation for your mats. Not quite yet. Would be a good ground and cover it in papier mâché and chinchilla dust. Yeah, red tail, that'll work. Careful on what to make sure it's quite sturdy. If you use paper mâché, there's a good chance of it warping. What you can use is filler or spackle to coat it afterwards, and that works just as well. Even better, you don't demand a set income. Your income actually fluctuates based on your own participation. I wish. I'm always participating. If you were begging, you would have us on a string. It's not begging, it's an unfortunate situation where you have to ask for a paycheck for services rendered. Better do bloody good videos then, Anna. Or the same can be said about strippers, so you're in good company. Comment of the night! By far, comment of the night. Right, guys, I'm going to ignore the comments for a little while because I just need to film this intro. So that one's rolling. This one's rolling. Back in a sec. Right, start of another test, guys, and in this test we're looking at tainting. Now, if you remember what you call it in the previous what you call it sort of terrain lab we did, I tried mixing the acrylic filler, the acrylic caulking, with paint and PVA, and I used quite a volume of it, and the results were pretty horrific, to be perfectly honest. I think they're over there on that shelf at the minute. I'll throw a photo up so you can see. See what I mean? Pretty horrific. But later on in that video, what I did is I added just a little bit of paint to sort of tint the white acrylic filler. Okay, and see if I could change the colour. And what I discovered was that it really improved the way it laid down, how smooth and easy it was to lay out. This got me thinking, okay, we know that paint and PVA isn't great for bulking up filler. It's not a cheap way of getting more filler and bulking up your materials. But there may be merit in it for adding a little bit of PVA, maybe a little bit of water, maybe a little bit of paint. We also had to play around with mixing grit, but that was a very haphazard and I want a bit more of a play. So I've devised another set of experiments. And if you come down here, now what I've got here is I've actually got two sheets. Not one sheet, but two sheets. Two sheets is plenty. Okay, so I've got this one, which is our standard sort of 2x2, and I've sectioned it off. Okay, so we've got 2 rows with 4 columns per row. Yeah, and in each column it's got 5, 10, 15, 20. Now the idea is, it's been the same on this one here, and the idea is that what I'm going to be doing is that 1 row is for water, 1 row is for paint, 1 row is for PVA, and 1 row is for grit. And I'm going to be mixing up specific ratios of acrylic filler and either water, paint, grit, or PVA. Now I do know that when the research I've done, there's lots of people who throw all these sort of things in the mix at the same time. There's no way I can really experiment with that many variables, but I can get a good handle on what it does, what different quantities of each ingredient does to the filler. And I'm hoping that's going to give me a better understanding so I can come up with my own recipe and fine tune it from there. So with that in mind, we need to mix up some ratios. Now, as I say, this is tainting, so the most it's going to be is 20%, okay, of the tainting mix. And the way I'm going to do this is quite simple. Yeah, I'm not going to do it on volume. The problem with volume is, as you squeeze out acrylic filler, it doesn't sit flat, which means measuring it in volume is really challenging. So what I've got here is, I've got a pair of digital scales. Okay, and the plan is that I'm going to use the digital scales and weigh it up. So I will go 80%, say in the case of 10% of water, I will go 90% what you call acrylic filler, then add 10% water in weight. Now I know this may seem a bit counterintuitive because previously we were looking at volumes, but I think it's the way to go, because if we are mixing up a slurry in the future, and we're putting it over an entire 6x4 board, that's going to be a reasonable amount, which means you're probably going to be able to weigh it up on a pair of kitchen scales or a pair of bathroom scales. You're not going to need a pair of digital scales like this. Yeah, so that's the thinking. Yeah, that's the plan anyway. Yeah, I don't know how it's going to turn out. Like I say, these are terrain labs, they're experiments. So with that in mind, we better crack on, haven't we? Right, I'm going to get stuck in. I'm going to do all of these, yeah, and then I'll bring them back and show you as I do, and then we'll compare them when they're dry, okay? So, cracking on time, folks. Dunsky! There you go. Oh, pardon me. Sorry about that, guys. Burping there. How rude. How many bunkers can a bunker buster bust? I'm currently painting a bunch of Saracens right now. Okay, looks like Mel's going to be weighing his green stuff, quite possibly. I feel like no one uses brushes and it's quite annoying because I can't get any tips because airbrushes are preferred. I use brushes all the time. That's one cracking on. Shame no one took the bet. Clap, clap, clap. Yes, clap, clap, clap. Yeah, quality Mel, thank you. Well done, Mel, thank you. I'm getting better, aren't I? I'm getting better. There's still lots of tips on using brushes, mate. Mate, I've got an entire video on brushes. It's in the Back to Basics playlist. Go and have a nose at that one. That talks, because trust me, I've got brushes. Don't know, the latte won't stretch as far. Looking forward to that video already. Me too. I'm looking forward to seeing how this goes. I watched the cheap and easy bases video from last year. Would it be possible to make a base purely out of filler? Build it up layer by layer, tin foil and filler, foil and tin foil, clay and filler. Yes, but what I'd do, okay, is I'd probably lay filler out and then put a piece of fabric, okay, any old fabric, yeah, but cut a piece of fabric, lay it on the top before you put your next layer on and let that dry. Yeah, filler can be quite brittle. Yeah, so I'm thinking what you're going to need is some sort of substructure in there to firm it up. I certainly wouldn't do it over a larger area. Smaller bases, okay. Yeah, I wouldn't do it any more than perhaps 4 or 5 inch wide, to be perfectly honest. Clapping hands, you remind me of the bull seal I once saw at Edinburgh Zoo. Did he take a break? I need to see that then. Yeah, it's in the Back to Basics playlist, mate. How many bunkers could a bunker buster bust if a bunker buster could bust bunkers? How many bunkers could a bunker buster bust if a bunker buster could bust bunkers? Almost. How many bunkers could a bunker buster bust if a bunker buster could bust bunkers? Trust me, the math checks out. Okay. A few gin and tonics later. I miss it. Is this still live? Do you get the feeling that Westy, what you call it, hasn't got the live stream strolling for some reason, and he's wondering if it's ended, and he's just commenting, "We're live, Westy. We are." Yep, still live. I'm painting a wall at the moment. Once that's done. Right, so all good on that count. Right, let me switch the camera off. If you're wondering about the clapping, the 3 claps, it's so when I take the 2 pieces of footage and put them on my timeline for video editing, I can line up the starts. And so I can skip between that camera and that camera. So when I'm talking in general, I'm talking to that camera. And then when I'm talking about what's on the desk, I'm sort of talking to that camera. Over Lieutenant. Hello, dude. Right, so let me switch this one off. Right, what are we on? What time are we on? In fact, I better check if there's been any more PayPalers since since my little chat about internet begging. None. I'm not begging hard enough, am I? Right, we're on a 8:30 now. So, with 8:30 in mind, should we do the walk ones? Get the walk ones done and dusted? I suppose we can, can't we? I'm not quite sure how much I'm going to need. Yeah, so is that grams? Oh, I'm not working in ounces. I'll stick with grams. Okay, let's 0 that. Right, so let's do the 10% one. Kaboom! Right, bit of tissue. Right, how much do you reckon we're going to need to do that piece there? What brushes do you recommend painting 156 figures, mate? I like the army painter brushes. They're a good brush range. Right, so 2 squeezes. I'm going to try 2 squeezes. See how good of a spread we get with that. Now that's 29 grams, so 10%. So 29. Call it 30. If 30 is 90%. Oh, bugger. Let me get a calculator. There's got to be a calculator on here somewhere. How much water do I need if it's a 9:1 ratio? Right, well, if it's 30 grams, and that's 9, then 10 grams would be 3. 3.3 grams would be, would be 1. So technically I should need to do 10 grams to do 10%. I should need, oh, for God's sake, 30. 3.3 grams of water. Yeah, that's right. Doesn't look like much water, but it's roughly right. Let me put, yeah, actually no, it's on 34. Right, let's get a stirring stick. And let's see what this does, eh? Westy's sending me mass. Everyone's, I'm not even attempting to read the maths. See how it goes? It goes like cottage cheese. It doesn't mix that well, to be truthful. let's see what the result is. I don't even know if it's enough to cover the sheet. But we can always put more in on the next one. Right. Where's me squeegee? Pour mixing good texture? I don't know. I don't know. Oh, that's really thinned it down. I mean, 10% has thinned it down significantly. I've been having a party down the corridor. I think what you call it, Donna, who does the flower arranging, I think she's in studio 25, just down the corridor. She's been having a bit of a do, bit of a party. Bye! Right. God, listen to them go. God, there is nothing worse than drunk women. Nothing worse on this planet. Right, so 10%, quite interesting. Let's get the next one on. I'm not sure I even want to take it up to 15 and 20%, because that's already really quite thin. But ain't going to know until we do it, are we? I technically do not think he ought to have said people were not allowed to ruin his live streams with unattached but up noises. Catch you later, Diggy. Nice one over. Right, let's get this one going. So 15% this time, shall we? Right, this one's 35. So if 35 is 85%, that's 35 divided by 85 multiplied by 100. Have I got a calculator? I must have a calculator. I must. No. Really, I've got no calculator. Who makes a phone without a bloody calculator? There's a calculator. It's got a calculator. Right, so 35 divided by 85 equals multiplied by 100 equals minus 35 equals 6. 6 gram I want for 15%. So we're going to take it up to 41. There we go. Oh. And back to stirring. We've got 5.25. We'll do the maths for you. It's a Samsung. Swipe the edge of the screen to the left. Right, okay, I'll check that. Probably enough. I've been painting Zombicide for about a year now. What's a big difference to consider when building and painting models, like the Revell model kits and painting miniatures? I don't really know. It's not my field. I mean, I'm a terrain builder. Yeah, I mean, lots of people ask me questions about models and that sort of stuff. If you'd seen my models, you wouldn't. Mel has 18 grams of corking. He has 4 grams of water, 2 grams of PVA. How fast is the train going? Thanks, Mike. Shouldn't Mel be wearing protective gear or something? I don't know. Should I? Right, let's put 15% down. Put that on there. Spread it about, because that's what we like doing. Really watery. Really watery. I don't know what 20% is going to be like. I have a feeling that 20% is going to be next to useless. I mean, I'll give it credit. It spreads really well. Yeah. Yeah. Right, let's get it on it again. 20% this time. You tell him, Tasman, but he will ignore you as usual. What? What have I done? Protective gear is for losers. As far as I'm aware, there's no major risk from mixing acrylic filler with water. You're right, Mel. It's 6. I added it up wrong. Should have used a calculator like me. See, I'm smart. Right, let's get another one on. So, going for 20 this time. When mixing that stuff, that doesn't blend well. I usually start with a little. What were we hitting before? About 33, 32? That's about 32, isn't it? That'll do us. Right, 20% water. So, 32 divided by 80 multiplied by 100 equals minus 32 equals 8. 8 grams of water in this one. Yeah, that's okay. Ooh, domestic live. What do you mean domestic live? Who? I hear you about watchful, just adding little bits in and then mix it up so it's smooth, but it is mixing on the sheet quite well. Yeah, so right, this is very watery. Obviously, because it's got more water in it. I mean, it could turn out that the watery stuff is just no use to us. You know what I mean? From an acrylic matting point of view. But unless we do the experiment, we're not going to know, are we? I mean, oh, that's actually quite nice. That's surprisingly nice, in fact. Right, so that'll do for that one. And now we need to do 5%, don't we? So, very quickly, throw another tub on. The people down the hall are watching you and waiting until you concentrate to make noises and put you off. All the shouting in the hall. Arranging flowers can't be that much fun. I think they've had a bit of a success, or something's happened business-wise that's been really good, and they've had a bit of a celebration. Yeah, because they were earlier. They were going for it. All hammered on Prosecco. Yeah. Westy, you've finished converting them blank template. Oh no. Either that or Lisa's there again. Lisa? There could be risks you could mistake the mistakes. No, I ain't gonna mistake it. In fact, what's going on? Donna? What have you been up to tonight? You've been bloody hell, you're right. It's alright, my YouTubers were wondering. It sounded like a party. Oh, it's no, you're perfectly fine, Duck. It's how we roll here, so don't apologise. It just sounded like a hell of a party. Everyone's like, I can't watch that live. Yeah, but anyway, they're taking bets. They reckon you're getting pissed on Prosecco. Oh, I wish. I'll catch you later, Don. Just flower arranging. Looks like she's been doing some sort of workshop. That one yelled at Mel and woke you up. Lisa the ghost. Plenty of funerals. Hey guys, have to watch later. Catch you later, PLA. Playing Shredhead. Water should dissipate. Comment's gone. Watch her work in half. Calm down, Ant. Don't stop ruining the live show. Right, let's get this one done. So this is our 5%er in it. Oh, bugger. Right, it's all right. I forgot to zero that. So let's pop that on there. Zero that one because they're the same. Take that off. Put that on. Right, 16. Right, 37. Obviously, there's less volume of water, so I need to make the acrylic further slightly higher. Now, I have had a PayPal, so thank you. I'm going to check it in just a second. If anyone else would like to jump on tonight, we have about half an hour to go, I reckon, unless Kez turns up early. And I'm here. Yeah, but if you're enjoying this, and you enjoy like what I do, I do appreciate the support, guys. The PayPal address is down below. It's just a link. You click it, and then it just takes you to PayPal. You enter the numbers, and you click go. A bit like buying on eBay. You don't even have to enter my email address or login or anything like that. It's really cool. Right, so divide by 95 equals multiplied by 100 equals minus 36 equals. We need 3 grams of water. For a moment then, I looked around and think, this is water. It's not me flow aid, is it? I had a feeling just for 1 second then that I was using my flow aid instead of water. That could have been interesting. There we go. Right, let's give this a stir. Well, this is stirring better. I mean, it's still getting a bit bitty, but nowhere near like the other stuff. Well, why don't more people base train pieces individually when fixing stuff down on big bases? Individually based trees, for example, can be more flexible and realistic. It's the knocking issue. You've got to remember, if you go for a smaller base with a tree, if you nudge it, it falls over. If you fix it to a larger base, it's more stable. We're wargamers as we reach in and we move round. I mean, there's nothing worse in wargaming than telegraph poles, because they're really tall and they're always on small bases. And sometimes people get really adventurous and run string across them, little thread. So they've got the wires. But when you knock one, it takes the bloody lot down with it. Yeah, but that's why. Well, come on, back up. Come on, screen, catch up. Come on. Don't like that. Just wondering how adding ice product to water down the corking would work out. Should be quicker drying, shouldn't it? Technically, it should. Yeah, because obviously, I didn't like alcohol would lower its viscosity, it would thin it, it would act as a flow aid, and it would dry quicker. Yeah, what chemically adding alcohol to acrylic filler would do, I'm not sure. I think the worst live Mel was the night of the Unstoppable Windows update. Oh God, yeah. I now do my updates regularly. Well, is there one thing you've never done that you could do if your camera's mobile? Just take you for a walk around the building so the studio isn't a room. See, the studio isn't a room, and the hallway. I could certainly take you on a tour. To be truthful, I should have done that on the open day when everyone was in. I think that there is a video of me doing a quick tour when I first moved in. Yeah, much thicker, much thicker. But it's what I expected. It's a lot less watered down at the end of the day, isn't it? Alright, let's give that a spread out. Oh, yeah, that's nice. Look at that. Look at lovely thickness. Lovely and smooth. Now, my real concern is we find out that really what we should be experimenting is lower rates. Yeah, because if we have to be experimenting on lower rates, then I'll have to redo the experiments. But that's quite nice. And it's a lot nicer than the rest up to 10% and that sort of stuff. So we'll keep an eye on that. Oh, that's done, that's done. Right. What do you reckon? Should I film a bit of this now? For the video? Yeah, I suppose I should, shouldn't I? Quick photo. I won't bother with that camera for this one because this is just a quickie. I do like quickies. Right, I'll check PayPal in a second. I know someone sent me something, so I'm not ignoring you, honestly. Right. Quick record. So that's the water test done. And one of the things that I immediately noticed was adding water. It was very difficult to get it stir and go smooth, especially at the 10, 15 and 20 mark. Yeah, the 5 was a lot smoother and it's gone down a lot smoother. Out of the lot, I think right now looking at it and what I can see, 10%, 15%, 20% just waters it down too much. So much so that it almost runs through the material and doesn't actually put a layer down. Whereas the 5% is keeping it relatively thick. I mean, it's obscuring the actual weave. So I've got good hopes for that. Now with that, that's that one done. My next job is to crack on with the paint version. Back in a little while. There we go. It's all right. I have to document that now because if I don't document that now, yeah, I'm going to get to this situation where I'll forget what things were like in a week or two's time when I finally put the whole video together. The thing about terrain labs that's quite challenging is they go over a really long period of time. So you can sometimes forget what you said earlier on in the video, if you know what I mean. Right. Right, I know I've got a PayPal and I'm not ignoring it. So, who is our channel, our stream hero? I need a Ewan, send 20, you star, you. You absolute, I bet he's sitting there going, come on, check it, man, check it, man, check it, man. You absolute star, you bugger. Thank you, buddy. Yes, Ewan. Thank you, buddy. Right, let's get Ewan on the screen. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Thank you. Where's my mouse gone there? Here we go. There we are. Yeah, Ewan's on the screen. Right, so very quickly. But let me switch cameras for this so you can see it. Because I know you guys are going to be interested in this. There we go. A bit awkward, so let me just bring that up slightly. Yeah, you can see how the 5 is a lot thicker. I mean, look at the 20. Look how it's sort of bulked up there, and then the rest is really thinned down. Yeah. What's interesting is, do you remember when I was talking about when I was mixing it? Yeah, you can actually see where the mix was actually smoother with the 5. Much nicer indeed. Right, I think that's enough terraining for now, because I don't want to start the next one, because I know Kez is picking Corbin up from the Army Cadets roundabout in another 5 minutes, then she's going to be heading this way. So I need to start thinking about making sure that everything is in order. So that's sorted. Fritz, I'll check your comment after the show, dude, unless it's desperate. Right, I've got to make sure that I take that, because she'll kill me if I forget that. Hey, Steve. I think for Halloween, Kez should do a show solo wearing a Halloween mask so that her face isn't on camera, so no Kez on camera. That's not a bad idea. Managed to get started on the Premiere Pro course yet? Yeah, I have. I'm making really good progress. I'm learning loads about sound at the minute. I've got the basic editing down, the importing and that sort of stuff. I've got the basic editing. I can do ripple edits. I understand how they edit things. I can drop in basic effects such as crossfades and stuff like that. I'm learning about adjustment layers. Yeah, that's a relatively new thing, but I'm getting my head around that. But what I'm really putting quite a lot of time in is the sound, because the sound functionality on Premiere is brilliant. Any tips for putty for pumpkins? I guess. Any type of putty for pumpkins, I guess. Any but green stuff's quite nice. When I made my cork mat, I just put newspaper underneath and it kept moving it as it dried. Yeah, that makes sense. No sticking, yeah. I mean, one of the other things is you can dust it off with talc. Always end up getting in right near the end of the show. You do, Steve, don't you? XPS foam would be difficult to make, to make them in, I think. Right, very quickly, let me kill this bit over here. And, no, I need that screen because I'm going to need it for the comments. It's a bit quieter and darker in here, isn't it? Just make a squash and paint it orange. So, on the Terrain Lab tests, plenty more to do, to be truthful. Plenty. But that's a job for tomorrow, along with a few other things. Right, let me pull in fact, let me tuck my shirt in. I've got myself in a prank war with one of the other studio holders. Yeah. I was going out for a cigarette a couple of days ago. Darren, yeah, his studio, he's a photographer. And his studio, I noticed just where his sort of internal wall, it's on a corner, and where it meets the actual wall of the building that we're all in, there's gaps. So what I did is I got these, which are the Stoke Art map, like a little leaflet. Yeah. And I posted them all through the gaps. So when I came in today, these were posted all around the edges of my door on the outside. So I've declared I've declared a prank war. He doesn't know it, but I'm going to fold these out, tape them into a massive big sheet, and the next time he's in his studio, I'm going to tape it over his door. Yeah? Then I'm going to set the fire alarm off. I'll do it with the studio manager, you know, we'll do a test. But he'll come charging out of his seat because he'll think the whole building's on fire and run straight into the Stoke Art map. I'm tempted to spray it, yeah, with spray adhesive first. So as he runs out, it wraps him and wraps round him and he gets wrapped up in the Stoke Art map. But that's just me, you know what I mean? But yeah, I've got a fair few of these tubes. So the diorama is there. Is there a model badger and Kez? No, Kez has done model badgers. She'll post it on the terrainiacs later, no doubt, but I think tonight she was painting them up. So Mel's alone in a dark room staring at a computer screen, messing with his clothes. Sounds like a typical Saturday night. Should spray it with PVA. No, we've got this. You see, Geneva Convention applies to prank wars. Yeah, and this is a military thing, but Geneva Convention for prank wars is no physical damage, yeah, no physical harm, yeah, and no ruining businesses. I mean, the business one isn't a military thing, but it's not dropping people in the poo, you know what I mean? So you can have a prank, but you don't make their life miserable. So I've got to play within those remits. Remind me never to get on your bad side, Mel, evil prankster. I was trained well, my friend. We're showing you love over the Facebook group. Thank you, dude. If you don't get that on video, I will lose all respect for you. Should I put it on video? I like the spray adhesive one because he'd open the door, he'd go and he'd just wrap himself. I mean, we're talking an entire. I reckon it's going to take 3 across, of these leaflets and about 7 down. So I'm going to tape them all together and make a big sheet. Spray adhesive, stick it over his door frame, set the fire alarm off. Gift wrapping for Christmas. With 80 people watching. Yeah, that's true. You have not signed the Geneva Convention. Send him to ungodly PO water treatment. Hey, Bodin, you're jumping on just as we're wrapping up, dude. Well, you have expanded phone. Just fill the gaps. It's his wall, not mine. 800 plastic cups outside his door filled with water and food quality. Sounds like a great. You see, the problem is that would annoy the studio manager. And outside his door is the main sort of corridor for the studios. So I've got to be careful. You know, I mean, I could do the easy one like running a tripwire across the bottom of his door or something like that, but he'd likely get hurt, and that's not what I'm about. Yeah, but I think gift wrapping him in the Stoke Art map is a genius idea, personally. So that's what I'm thinking. Right. I'm just waiting for Kes now. I don't need those notes. I don't need to take my laptop. I do need my phone. I need my keys. Put that in there. It's all right. I know I'm going to get a message from Kes saying, we're here, come quick. Because it's quite late. It's already, by the time she gets here, it will be already past the kids' bedtime. That should be fine. Take that with me. It's the dinner. It's my dinner. A Sainsbury's meal deal. You need the badger diorama. Yeah, I've got the badger. She won't let me forget the badger diorama, let me assure you. So would setting the fire alarm off. No, because I'll get the studio manager to set the fire alarm off. Dan, he's a good mate of mine. Airsoft paint grenade. No. Oh, dude. It's 10 o'clock in Amsterdam. Look at you. Mal, have you used liquid latex for glue on bases? Not liquid latex for glue on bases. I've used liquid latex for doing static grass elastic patches that you can sort of stretch and lay down on pieces and glue down. PV. No. What's on the plate? What plate? That plate. The plate is a pallet, and the tub is a mixture of green bits. Burma build. Yeah, the studio is required to do a fire test monthly anyway. Cheap wrapping paper would fold round in better than those leaflets. Yeah, I appreciate that, but this is a cultural activity for Stoke City of cultural bids, so it has to be the Stoke art map. It's one of those in jokes around the studios, you know what I mean? I used to make lark weapons using latex, and I think it might be okay with glue and grit. Sand mixed in, takes paint well. Hairspray and a handful of flock. I couldn't I? It'd be relatively easy. Right, guys, I'm just killing time now. I think the sensible thing, since it is past the kids' bedtime and Ked's going to be coming, is when we'll see more on the Burma build. Probably not this month. Yeah, the reason I am working on it, but the problem is that I'm going on holiday the last week because it's half term. Yeah, and so I'm just getting a few videos in because I've also been. I'm trying to have. The Burma build is a long video, and when I say by long video, it takes a lot of time to actually make a Burma build episode, and so I'm concentrating on the things that I can get out and more achievable. Yeah, and I'll jump on that next month again. Yeah, but yeah, I think I'm going to wrap it up now. So, guys, listen. Thank you for keeping me company. Yeah, the corking is looking beautiful. Well, that is anyway, the 5%. I am starting wondering whether we should look at like 3% and 1%. Yeah, but yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Crawley, to be perfectly honest. Fill his entire studio with balloons. That's genius. Dan would let me in. Yeah. Yeah, right. Just so you know, you'll probably see me Sunday night, unless you're at Warlord's birthday bash, in which case you will see me on Sunday in the day at Warlord in Nottingham. Yeah, and I believe I've agreed to do a demo on making bamboo fields. Got suckered into that one, didn't I? When is the next video? Probably the weekend, mate, if I can get the bunker one done in time. And put glitter in those balloons. I like that. Right, guys. If I don't get a video out before and you don't come to Warlord, I'll see you 9 o'clock UK time, Sunday for the Sunday Nighter. We'll catch up then, yeah? In the meantime, thank you, guys. Thanks for being brilliant. And Phyllis dubious tissue. Right, catch you later, guys. I'm going to get ready for Kez. See you later, folks. Ta-da!